Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. No matter from where you join us, you are so welcome to our fireside chat dedicated to reimagining commercial real estate operations and compliance in the age of AI. So I think we are good. Let's start our webinar. My name is Dariia Karkunova, and I'm really excited to have you all here with us. Today, you will hear perspectives and expert insights from tech and service leaders. As you know, this session is a collaboration between Nakisa and RE BackOffice. We are bringing together two different but complementary perspectives. Nakisa brings in the technology perspective. We are a solution provider with over 21 years of experience, and Nakisa helps global enterprises, specifically Fortune 1000 companies, to automate and simplify commercial real estate and lease accounting processes. On the other hand, we also have RE BackOffice, who bring extensive service-side market expertise, working with a wide range of clients and systems for over 19 years. REBO is specializing on lease administration, lease abstraction, and common area maintenance reconciliation services. All right. Let's meet our speakers today, and I'll start with myself. My name is Dariia Karkunova, and I'm product marketer here at Nakisa. I have about 7 years of experience in marketing, and over the past 3 years, I've had the opportunity to dive deep into the fascinating world of commercial real estate, corporate real estate, and lease accounting. It's been quite an exciting journey, and I'm truly honored to be here today as the moderator of this session. Now, I would love you to meet my wonderful panelists who bring a wealth of product and industry expertise. Zeina, let's start with you. Could you please tell us a bit about your role at Nakisa and how you interact with lease accounting and compliance processes on a daily basis?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Zeina. I'm the Director of Product Management for our accounting portfolio at Nakisa. So I'm an accountant by trade with over 15 years of experience across both accounting and technology. I actually started my career in corporate accounting as a financial analyst before moving to the tech side. So when I moved over, I've done several end-to-end ERP implementations. And I've also spent time in Big Four under tech advisory, which really gave me a great perspective on how organizations are able to bridge the gap between finance needs and technology. So at Nakisa, prior to my current role in product management, I was leading our solution engineering team, where I had the privilege of working with our clients during the time that the accounting standards went live. And I had the chance to travel across the world and work with our clients globally to adopt the accounting standards. So it varied across different industries and complexities as well. So it's a pleasure to be here today. I look forward for the session, and I look forward to hear from both Ruchi and Megan as well.
Well, thank you so much, Zeina, for your introduction. We are so happy to have you here today. Let's turn next to Ruchi. Ruchi, could you please share a bit about your role and how it connects to commercial real estate operations?
Hey everyone, my name is Ruchi Bahadur, Director of Product Management for our IWMS portfolio at Nakisa. Zeina and I are colleagues, so as you already probably guessed, but very different backgrounds. So I've spent over 15 years working on SaaS products, implementing, building, scaling, and actually making them work for real business needs in areas like strategic portfolio management, as well as professional services automation. And today at Nakisa, I'm honestly focusing on something completely different, which is creating solutions for Fortune thousands and global enterprises that bring together real estate, finance, and technology. And basically, we're helping global organizations manage their portfolios smarter and more efficiently. So beyond my day-to-day, Dariia, I also am very passionate about product management and women's role within this sphere. And I am leading the Women in Product. It's a nonprofit organization in Montreal. So thank you, Dariia.
This is so inspiring. Thank you so much, Ruchi, for joining us today. And now we also are joined by Megan from REBO. Megan, could you please tell us a bit more about your role at RE BackOffice?
Sure. Thank you guys, and thank you, Nakisa, for having me today. I really appreciate it. I'm Megan Redman. I am Executive Director of Sales here at RE BackOffice. I have spent most of my career in commercial real estate operations, so I have led lease administration, compliance, and portfolio governance for global organizations like JLL, WeWork, and Silverstein Properties before coming here to REBO. So over the last 10 years, I've overseen lease data integrity, ASC 842 readiness, CAM OpEx reviews, system migrations, and the operational side of portfolios across multiple markets. And at RE BackOffice, we help organizations bring clarity and control to their portfolios through abstraction, admin, and CAM reconciliation work, like Dariia, you had mentioned. And we support clients through our technology, AI enablement, expertise to improve accuracy, accelerate processes, and help clients protect their bottom line. So my role is really to help facilitate partnerships to understand how organizations operate today, where their pain points are, and helping them build scalable, compliant, and data-driven processes that help facilitate better decision making. So super excited for today, and thank you again.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you all ladies for joining us today. We at Nakisa are proud about our long-term partnership with REBO. We are super thrilled to have this webinar today. And one thing I wanted to highlight here, and I think it's really worth celebrating, is that even though commercial real estate and finance have historically been male-dominated industries, we are seeing more and more women in leadership roles shaping the future. And looking at this fireside chat today, I would say we are a great representation of that, right? Megan, I believe REBO has been a women-owned and women-led business for over 19 years, and that you've even been certified by the National Women Business Owners Corporation, which is fantastic. I would like to hear your perspective. Do you see the increase of women in the industry as a new trend, or do you feel that women have actually been shaping the space for quite a while?
Yeah, thank you. That means a lot. REBO, we are a certified women-owned business, and it is one of our many points of pride in the organization. We always joke that all of our project managers and a good portion of our teams are women, and they lead the teams here, and it actually has all happened organically. So women have been shaping real estate, especially in lease administration and behind the scenes work for decades. But the women have built teams, driven quality standards, strengthened operations, and delivered value in what can sometimes be a not very glamorous field. But today we see more recognition for the women who have been stepping into the spotlight and being acknowledged for their expertise. The increased openness, support, and momentum when in commercial real estate and technology is super encouraging. So we are really proud here at REBO to play a role in some of that.
Of course, and Megan, I think finally the visibility is catching up with what we are doing, and it inspires new generations of women to join the fields. I'm also wondering, what is the situation like on the tech side? Ruchi, you mentioned that you volunteer in Women in Product community here in Montreal. From your experience, do you see more women leaders both in commercial real estate and product development today?
Oh, absolutely, Dariia. In commercial real estate and product management, excuse me, we're seeing a really exciting shift, and so many more women really stepping up into these leadership roles across product and technology. It's incredible. Women actually bring so many different strengths to the table, like more empathy, collaboration, just a systematic approach. Some of us are super organized as well. And, it's super essential for connecting data, people, and processes in such a complex landscape and industry. If I were to just sit at my seat as a director of product management, I see women in product shaping the future, not only in CRE tech, but just tech in general, and redefining how we really innovate. There are some extremely amazing examples out there. And Megan just mentioned, RE BackOffice itself is a women-led organization. And we've just welcomed Didem Katalulu, who just joined us as our CPO at Nakisa. There are so many other women leaders out there in Microsoft. If you look at even ChatPRD, Claire Vo, she's a great speaker and a great, innovator. And if I were to really shift, to the commercial real estate leaders, here we have Benji Barr, the CM of CBRE. We have Wendy Mann. She's a leader from Crew Network. And also Radha here, the CEO of JLL India. So these are just a few inspiring examples of how women are really influencing this landscape. And honestly, Dariia, for me, diversity is it's not a slogan. It's not that, hey, we want a diverse team. It's really the driver of better solutions. When we bring different experiences, diversity to the table, and we're not afraid to really challenge the industry norms, that's when we build products that serve the broader needs across owners, occupiers, and operators, in my mind. And I really feel that's the future, which I'm super excited for.
Absolutely, Ruchi. I couldn't agree more. Really, like, we want to build products for diverse audience. That's why we need to have diverse team. And it's so great to see more women shining in commercial real estate and tech specifically. Having this diverse mindsets really helps us to innovate better for a better world. Thank you so much for your perspective. Yeah. So now that we introduced our panelists, I want you to take a quick look at what we'll be covering during today's fireside chat. And just a quick note, this is not a rigid agenda. We'll keep the conversation fluid, interactive. It's just a helpful roadmap so your dear audience know what to expect. And here's what we'll touch on today. We'll start with commercial real estate landscape. What are the recent changes and expectations in the industry? Then we'll talk more about the vision, market readiness, and concerns about AI entering the commercial real estate operations. Of course, we'll talk about AI adoptions across services and technology, how AI is challenging and changing the traditional mix of people, service, and tools. We'll talk about some real-life examples of how Nakisa and REBO are adopting AI. And of course, we'll have some final thoughts and remarks. So that's the big picture. And now let's dive into our first topic, commercial real estate landscape. Yes. So I think we want to talk about how commercial real estate landscape changed for the last over like 5 years. There have been so many changes. Organizations are managing their real estate portfolios in so many different ways compared to what we had like in 2020, even before the pandemic. Megan, I think I would like to ask this question to you. Given your market expertise, what do you hear from clients across industries and regions? What are the biggest changes in commercial real estate landscape?
That's a good question. Things have changed a lot. So today versus 5 years ago, there's probably been a few shifts that I have personally seen. I would say accountability and expenses is one very big one. So across all portfolio types, tenants are becoming way more aware of the pass-throughs and expenses that are being sent to them. So they're demanding from landlords and property management companies clarity and accuracy with their CAM and OpEx, as well as a variety of other expenses that are being taken over for them, as well as more of a shift towards that financial discipline. The other area I would say, which has always kind of been a theme, but it's definitely becoming more mainstream now, is the standardization of data across portfolios. So tenants and organization want consistency across their entire portfolio. They don't want to see 80 different approaches to 80 different leases, regardless of the country or region that they're in. They want one process, one standard, and scrutiny across their whole entire data. And this helps them create better reports as well as make better and quicker decisions. And I think the last one that I would say is obviously the hot topic nowadays is AI and tech-enabled efficiency. So here at REBO, it's been almost 20 years and we've embraced technology from day one, and AI is a natural extension of that. So it's helping our teams work smarter. It increases accuracy, speeds up analysis, and frees our experts to do more high value work. So people remain at the center of everything that REBO does, but technology has given us an opportunity to help empower them and not replace them so they can deliver better outcome for our clients and our partners.
Thank you, Megan. I believe we are Nakisa seeing similar trends, specifically on AI and tech-enabled efficiency as the expectations from clients. I want to hear more from our tech leaders about this change on your end. How do you see it? Zeina, maybe you can give me your perspective on that. How does technology respond to these market changes, and how has the client expectations towards technology evolved recently?
Yeah, for sure. So I would say that initially our clients were very focused on centralizing their data and ensuring compliance with the accounting standards for ASC 42 and IFRS 16. But I would say that throughout the last few years, perhaps the last 5 to 6 years, the expectations have evolved beyond compliance and more towards AI and automation. And really to be able to optimize every part of the process from extraction, data interpretation, and predictive analytics as well. So similar to what Megan had just mentioned around standardizing portfolios, I would say that there is a growing expectation around the user experience and the integration of the data. So we see that clients are expecting more of a modern and easy to use interface, as well as seamless integration with their systems. So that includes ERP systems, real estate, as well as financial systems to really better help to do their work more efficiently. And I would say that expectations, they're really more about using AI agents rather than manually keying in the contract details. So as an example, we're working on an AI agent to help support our clients to create their contracts after the abstraction is completed, which makes it a lot more efficient than manually keying it in from an operational perspective. So overall, Dariia, I would say in general, people are changing their expectations around prompting rather than manual data entry.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, like it's so interesting to see how technology fuels clients' expectations, and then clients' expectation fuel back to the technology and drive innovation. And we've get so used to AI that really people don't want just to type or gather data manually, as you said, right? And AI is way more than just automating the processes that we already know. It's really about disrupting them and rethinking them, rethinking the way we work, which actually brings us in, is a good transition to our next part, which is AI and commercial real estate. Let's keep it more commercial real estate specific and speak about how AI can help our commercial real estate teams, our facility managers, our finance teams, right? Probably we should start with a bigger picture and with AI vision. Ruchi, I think this question should be for you. From your experience, where do you see AI delivering practical value in commercial real estate operation? Is it lease management? Is it maintenance? Is it capital plan? And maybe other areas you wanted to highlight for us?
I think it's everywhere, Dariia. I don't think we can even say that it's just in one area. And as you hear
Absolutely.
Megan and Zeina really talking about, compliance and back office activities, I think it's just everywhere. So in my view, I think, AI is really moving from being like this buzzword to being practical value in commercial real estate operations at this point in time. So it's less about, and I do want to emphasize on this, it's less about replacing process and people, but it's more about elevating our decision making and efficiency across every stage of the asset life cycle. And I think Megan rightly pointed out, it's not about that we want to take AI and start replacing people, right? It's about, can we make a process more efficient? And from my experience, the biggest impact areas right now are where complexity and data volume are going to collide, right? As Zeina just mentioned, let's take the example of lease abstraction. So AI can automate our abstraction process. Not only it can do that, it can even flag compliance risks and even predict renewal opportunities based on historical patterns. And that's huge for portfolio managers who need speed and accuracy. If I move on to, let's say, maintenance parts of IWMS, we see predictive analytics being powered by AI already, and these can anticipate equipment failures before they even happen. I mean, who thought about that? And it reduces downtime, it's saving costs. There are agents that even go in and just create predictive work orders as well on your behalf. So saving so much time and energy out there. Moving on to capital planning, we're actually seeing how AI is helping actually model scenarios, helping us with what ifs. You could take rate interest changes, right? Interest rates are changing. When they change, what really happens? How do things really shift? Occupancy changes can happen. These are like real time insights, which are not anymore living in some static spreadsheet and just looked at and then gone. AI is also looking at historical spend, showing you project timelines and performances across portfolios, and being able to prioritize investments for our customers as well. So what is really exciting me, Dariia, is how these capabilities are just freeing up teams from these menial tasks or manual tasks and basically focusing more on strategy and judgment, right? We can't take people out from these processes. They are still going to remain there and going to be part of these processes, just in a different way.
Yeah. And it's also inspiring to know that AI not only helps with this, as I said, manual task, but even for strategical tasks, AI can be super helpful with all this analytics, not only analyzing the historical trends, but also with predictive analytics, right? And it indeed sounds like magic. Like 5 years ago, who would have thought about that? It would be unimaginable, but this is the reality we are right now. And I'm wondering how the market feels about it. Megan, maybe you want to share your perspective. What do clients tell? How they feel about AI? Are they adopting it? Are they ready? Are they eager to adopt it? Or do they have some concerns?
Yeah, I think it's a mixed bag, as we all know. I really like how Ruchi explained kind of all the applicability of it, how it's being used, how much it impacts our day-to-day, and Zeina with how, it's moving forward and how it's evolving. So I think most people are kind of having a bunch of different reactions that it feels a little futuristic, but they're actually ready to start using it in their day-to-day, and it's becoming more prevalent. So we're seeing curiosity, excitement, as well as uncertainty, and I think all of those are really valid and healthy. So as it has been mentioned, REBO does not see AI as replacing people, just as we had mentioned, but rather enhancing accuracy, speeding up workflows, and giving teams more time to focus on critical areas of their work. The clients we work with are open to AI, especially as they see practical benefits, including accuracy, faster turnaround times, and confidence in their data. So REBO believes that technology should empower people and not overshadow them. So we use AI where it adds value, like in our abstraction work, our CAM reconciliations, as well as the help clients use it thoughtfully. So it's very encouraging. So overall, I'd say clients are moving towards AI, but thoughtfully, and it's to make their work easier and more accurate.
Yeah, 100%. I was just wondering also from the accounting and compliance side, Zeina, maybe you can help us with that. Do finance team have more concerns? What do you see there from your perspective, Zeina?
Sure. So based on conversations that I've had with various Nakisa clients who are part of the Fortune 500, I'd say that overall they're very eager to adopt AI and learn more about how to use it and how to reduce their manual day-to-day tasks. So whether it's about leveraging tools such as AI agents, data abstraction, as both Megan and Ruchi mentioned, or build their own tools. And I would say that many, if not most of our clients are actually looking to build their own tools to support with their day-to-day activities. However, overall, in the large picture on the finance and accounting side, most of the focus has really been around treasury, cash management, and operational areas. There's definitely a lot of demand there. And when it comes to compliance, more specifically, I would say it's more about catching the red or yellow flags. So things like missing information on a contract or outdated discount rates or incorrect accounting classifications. These could all be leveraged through AI. And beyond that, it's really about having a solid pre-close checklist, which will make sure that nothing critical has been missed. So all the changes or events or modifications have been inputted correctly throughout the period. But generally, I would say that AI is still very new to many of us. And there's actually a research that was published by MIT back in July. And it indicates that about 95% of AI projects actually fail, and only 5% are successful.
Wow.
And most of the failure are actually due to the rigid workflows, the lack of contextual learning. And this one really struck to me. It's because they don't fit with the day-to-day operations. So basically, it does not integrate well with the workflows. And this is where most of the failures are seen. And yeah, overall, you spoke about concerns. I think going back to your question, I would say in the field of accounting, where we deal with a lot of sensitive data and confidential data, it's always a question that comes up around it. You know, it's generally about how is data being used? Is it shared? And the overall security. That's what typically comes up. And of course, Nakisa has various ways of addressing that. So yeah, generally, I would say our clients and the ones that I've spoken to are very excited about leveraging AI and want to learn more about adopting it.
And thank you, Zeina, for sharing this interesting stat. It is super interesting fact. And thank you for giving us this reality check, I would say. So it's really important to understand, like, AI can be super successful and can give you a lot of benefits, but of course, not all the AI projects are successful. And I think Zeina also mentioned that some of the clients, they build their internal AI tools to help them with commercial real estate operations. So probably that's because of data and security reasons, which again, as you mentioned, can be one of the concerns. I'm wondering, how are software providers balancing innovation, AI-driven automation with compliance and control? Ruchi, since you're our director of product, can you please tell us more about that?
Sure, I get the techie questions. No
Yes.
problem. Awesome.
You're
So,
welcome.
very, very crucial question. And I think, as Zeina and Megan both put, there is a lot of, resistance as well in customers sometimes, specifically because we know that lease data and financial details are really converging when we're talking about IWMS. So we need to understand that AI innovation and compliance aren't at odds. Like, they need to progress together with a foundation of trust and responsibility, right? So the responsibility lies on both the customer as well as, the provider side, where we need to ensure that the data is secure. And basically, when we're designing our products, the AI frameworks that we're embedding really need to adhere to those governance and standards at every layer and every function. So if I were to say, organization, some of them are taking a control first approach, which basically states that, they're clearly defining the boundaries, of how they're going to use the data before they start automating things, making sure the sensitive lease data and financial records are processed in very controlled environments, specifically using anonymization or role-based accesses, and also maintaining some very detailed audit trails out there. And, making sure that to ensure that, innovation is not lagging behind and stalled, very deliberate and secure methodologies are being used, making sure that we're training AI models on vetted, compliant data sets that are aligning with SOC 1 Type 2, SOC 2 Type 2, ISO standards, as well as GDPR, right? These with the RAG, which is our retrieval augmented generation techniques, are grounding AI outputs in trusted sources and trying to minimize the hallucinations or, the kind of responses that you're really getting from them. And honestly, these are just some steps to really, unlocking AI's power out there, which is really going to help, bring those automations. I think a balanced approach also depends on, collaborations between different teams within an organization as well, right? We have the legal, we have product, we have compliance, security. They really have to go hand in hand in ensuring that governance is by design, and a mindset within the organization to ensure that the AI innovations are happening responsibly within the companies that are adopting it. And I must say that at Nakisa, we're super aligned and focused on advancing AI innovation while ensuring that our RAG-enabled solutions maintain data integrity, adherence to privacy laws, and built-in auditability. So ultimately, I think the organizations that are really going to succeed, Dariia, are the ones that are not just adopting AI, they really are institutionalizing the trust in AI and embedding compliance at every step.
Yeah, 100%. And what I hear from what you said, it's really critical to build a strong, secure, and scalable foundation first, like Nakisa did with our cloud native architecture, right? And that's what so many clients can be missing while creating their own AI tools.
Absolutely.
And then only then we can add innovations, including AI agents and decision intelligence, to make sure that it's working like it should and that people really can trust the new technology.
Mhm.
Okay, so as we talked about AI vision and concerns in commercial real estate, let's talk right now more about how we are adopting AI. And specifically, because in traditional commercial real estate operations, organizations usually rely right on the mix of internal people, external services, and technologies to get things done. Today, AI is entering this ecosystem and it reshapes the whole mix. It changes completely how people, service, and tech work together. The question many organizations face right now is, how do we find this new balance? What's the best proportion of each component, and how all the elements, tech and services and people, how they adopt AI? So I would like to start with the role of services. Megan, could you please tell us more about the role of REBO as a service providers originally in this mix, and how REBO is adopting AI these days?
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, we have been around for almost 20 years now, and we have used AI and technology since the very beginning. We have supported global clients with our lease administration, CAM, and we have abstracted over 200,000 leases. So we have a hands-on experience of utilizing and implementing AI and technology with existing and evolving operational models as everything kind of evolves across corporate real estate. So the role we play has always been very consistent, is to step in as an expert extension of teams for either partners or clients and as a resource to help support them. So this can mean that sometimes we provide at-scale abstraction when they are going quickly. Other times it is just bringing on deep expertise to their processes so they can kind of standardize it across their leases, whether it's 10 or 10,000. And we offer that financial accuracy and discipline to make sure and guarantee that their data is clean, accurate, and reliable. So we pride ourselves on being a strategic partner, and that helps unlock clarity. It gives consistency, and we also provide savings across their portfolios.
Yeah, and what you said perfectly represents what you mentioned in the changed commercial real estate landscape, that people seek standardization, scalability, tech, and expert-enabled efficiency. And speaking of tech, Zeina, could you please tell us more about the original role of the tech, specifically for compliance and automation, and how it changes in the era of AI, like how tech is adopting AI right now?
Sure. So for me, I come from the world of financial analysis. That's how I started my career. And actually, back then, we used to have a whole team of people just focusing on pulling data, cleaning it up, massaging it, and getting it into a way that could be analyzed. Of course, it was a very time-consuming process. And this was many, many years ago. Today, we have better technology and AI that allow us to automate these manual processes or tedious tasks. So being at Nakisa for a few years and speaking with many of our clients, I would say what's great about the solution itself is that it really gives a centralized platform for our clients to leverage both operation and accounting needs and really maximize and automate the use of time for our users. let's say within the Nakisa platform, what's great about it is that we're able to provide end-to-end integrated solution for portfolio management, which ties back into accounting as well as payable reconciliation at the same time. And what's great about it is that the operational user could enter or review the data, whether it's the contract information, and this will automatically flow into the ERP's general ledger through our integrations. And on top of that, based on that interaction within the solution itself, you're able to generate all of your compliance requirements. So that includes your disclosure reports, your currency translation, as well as reflecting any real-time events that take place on the accounting side and, of course, on the operational side. I would say the cherry on top is the new agentic decision intelligence capability that we will be introducing or in the middle of launching as well. This will actually support our users with their day-to-day decision making rather than just being in the solution and trying to execute different things. So I would say these are the ways that Nakisa could help reduce the overall team overload, Dariia.
Amazing. So I think we covered how services like REBO and tech like Nakisa, how we are all adopting AI right now. I want us now to focus more on organizations and people. Ruchi, could you please tell us how organizations are adopting AI and what are some of the best practices for their teams and their workflows that they should use in their day-to-day work?
I think, Dariia, a great question here, but we're seeing adoption already, right? Across organizations, across teams. I think everybody wants to jump on this new bandwagon, right? It's like a flashy new toy. Everybody wants to get it. And the two main ways that we're seeing this adoption are first by embedding AI into existing workflows. So it's not a separate tool, but part of the systems and what teams are already using. So it's easy. It's there. You're there. It's there, right, with you. For example, I think both Megan and Zeina brought up a few of them, and I think I brought up a few myself. Are just automating your lease abstraction. It's there. Almost every product it has it now. Predictive maintenance. That's where facilities are going and optimizing also your space utilization. So it's basically embedding AI without really requiring to change a lot of the behavior of your application, right? So that's one of the ways. And second, I would see is companies are using AI more for decision making, supporting scenario analysis, and things like that. And I think the key is in all of this is starting small, making sure that you're focusing on the high impact areas where AI can really deliver the quick wins, right? That's how people are seeing it as. In fact, for the best practices, if I go back to your question, I'd say, data quality, definitely super important, right? AI can only be as good as the data that you're going to feed it. It's like you give it junk, you get junk. You have to keep humans in the loop. AI is going to help augment decisions. It's not going to replace judgment that comes from humans, right? Super, super important. And definitely upskilling our teams. Like we really need to make sure that people understand how to interpret AI insights and also trust in the process, right? Because without that, there's not much that you can do. So I think those are some of the things that I'm seeing in how AI should be adopted and how AI is being adopted across the industry.
I also really like how you said that AI should be embedded in the work we're doing. I think we are going there, but not that many companies are there right now. A lot of people still go to ChatGPT or Perplexity as a separate apps, and they need to provide all the context. They need to explain that. That's like a lot of work, honestly. And I was wondering, how does Nakisa integrate AI, and how do we make sure that AI lives exactly where the work happens?
Oh, You want me to go for it?
Yeah, Ruchi, please. Sorry, technical question. Your favorite one.
No worries, no worries. All right, so I think that's such a great question, and I think Zeina and I would do justice to this question, because we're just dealing with our lovely new product, the Nakisa Data Intelligence Platform. I'm not sure if all of you have heard about it, but if I'm looking at the industry, AI is actually connecting silos, right? That's what we're really using AI for, and that's exactly what Nakisa has done. Bringing Nakisa Data Intelligence Platform, we've really taken that AI first approach, and embedding AI across our IWMS. What does that really mean? What does that AI first approach, or what does Nakisa Data Intelligence Platform really mean? I'm sure everybody's kind of like thinking about that.
Lots of words, right? Like buzzwords everywhere.
Yeah,
tell us
exactly.
more.
And you're seeing it everywhere, right? Intelligence platform, like what does our intelligence platform really means is, it's not an LLM. So it's not like you're just chatting with with a large language model, but it's actually an agentic AI platform that's turning complex data into confident actions, right? Now let me just elaborate a little bit on that. Like, what does it really mean? It actually means that leaders can talk to it by voice or by natural language instructions. So we could just talk about leases, projects, occupancy, or financials for that matter. And basically, NDI, which is Nakisa Data Intelligence Platform, just unifies data in real time. It'll run forecasts, also what ifs, and also recommend the next best move. So instead of really handing you a static chart, it's going to allow you to execute what you really want to do. And there are so many different examples. I'll take one of them, which is, let's say a facility manager just goes in and says, pull up all the main, the preventative or the work orders that I had to create in the last 2 years, like which equipments went down, what happened, tell me what were the ones that went down, what should I focus on, and go and create predictive maintenance work orders for it. So it's like you're just giving it an instruction in like real English language, and it's going to execute it. And the best part is that it's embedded within IWMS, so you are not going out anywhere. You're in one place, and you just get the work done in whichever product that you might want to get it done, right?
Yeah, and also, I also wanted to mention one more thing, by the way, is that not only it just lives into your IWMS portfolio, based on my understanding of Nakisa Decision Intelligence, it also can bring some external market data. So, for example,
Absolutely.
you can really easily benchmark, right, your portfolio performance, or I don't know, rent rates, and see like how market performs and where you are at. So this is like, when I heard about that for the first time, I was shocked. Like that's the huge, I would say, revolution to me, because it like keeps your internal data safe while also bringing in external data, and it can connect multiple various external data sets. And sorry to cut you off. It's just I'm so excited about that.
Thank you for adding that. But absolutely, so it's not just Nakisa data. We can actually bring in any data source within the Nakisa Data Intelligence Platform. So it gives even better decision making, allows for better decision making actually. And not only that, like we've also embedded intelligence to help with just tasks, like just regular tasks. I think Zeina, I think you can talk about some of the agents that we've embedded within our lease accounting products. But within the lease management, we have document abstraction, we have agents that will handle everything from passing leases, calculating sales-based rent, actually automating your reports and dashboards, basically to focus, leaving users to really focus on those high value analysis rather than, again, the manual entry of it. So to say it all, like honestly, we're at that cusp of making AI really a natural part of our day-to-day CRE operations and helping organizations move from managing data to actually understanding and really acting on it in real time.
Yeah, execute on it. It's so exciting to see how the future unfolds right in front of our eyes, and I'm really proud to be at the front line with Nakisa of all these innovations. So actually, the time is flying by while we are chatting, ladies. I'm so happy to have you here. So I think we need to move to our final thoughts and reflections. I'll just give you a couple of quick questions. The first one would be, if there is one piece of advice you could give to organizations that just start their AI journey, and maybe they feel they are already missing something, with all this AI buzz everywhere. So what would be your one piece of advice? Let's keep it quite short. And I want to start with Zeina. Zeina, what is your perspective?
Sure, I would say data, because at the end of the day, everything starts with your data. The cleaner it is, the easier it is for you to leverage AI. And if your data is in good shape, then AI could really give you clear insights and support you with your decision making or any strategic goals that you have. However, if it's messy, it'll be very hard to get value out of it and really integrate it into your workflow with messy data. So prepare your data up front. This will allow you to be set up for success.
I see your alignment, Zeina and Ruchi, right? And our classical principle, garbage in, garbage out, it's just becoming more and more important these days, right? So even before we talked about that, in era of AI, it becomes even more important. Maybe AI can help us figure it out one day also, but yeah. Megan, what is your one piece of advice you could give to organizations?
I would say to keep people at the center and implement AI to help empower them. So it's really about trying to find the practical use cases to solve your operational pain points. So like we use it here for structuring lease data, finding fraud and anomalies and like CAM reconciliation work and improving overall accuracy, as well as putting the speed behind that with the technology that is in place. So AI should help enhance expertise, but it shouldn't replace it. So success to me will be how those two are kind of paired together.
Yeah, 100%. So we have data, we have focus on teams and people. Amazing. Ruchi, what is your take?
If I had to just pick one, because I'm sure we have several, I think it would be to start small, but start smart, right? Don't try to boil the ocean, right? Just pick one high impact area or use case at a time, solve a real problem, solve a real pain point, and then move on. And I think, AI success isn't just going to be for those flashy pilots. It's really going to be about embedding that intelligence into everyday workflows, as we've been talking about through our conversations, so the teams can really trust it and use it, right? And we need to keep humans in the loop. AI should augment decisions, and again, cannot replace judgment. I think I cannot stress on that more. And last but not the least, I would just say that organizations really need to focus on clean data, as Zeina mentioned, people, making sure we have clear business outcomes and incremental wins. And I'm sure that we will see adoption stick and value compound over time.
Yeah, 100%. So indeed, AI can support judgment, but can never replace it. Thank you so much, ladies. I think those all are valid pieces of advice, and our audience will find them super useful. I just wanted to quick our fireside chat with a quick lightning round. So let's keep it again short. Could you please fill in and complete this sentence? I just want our audience to have, a quick takeaway out of this fireside chat. So when they leave in, they will think about like a couple of words, precise and concise and precise. Yes. So AI will make commercial real estate operations and compliance. And your take, Ruchi, why don't you start?
So I'd say AI will make CRE operations and compliance processes change drastically.
Yeah, based on all of what you said, 100%. Okay, Megan, what about you?
I would say easier and more reliable.
Yeah, okay. And Zeina?
For sure. So I would say AI will make CRE operations and compliance less about chasing data and more about driving decisions.
Okay, so we have process, so all this process will change dramatically. We'll have easier and more reliable commercial real estate operations and compliance, and also it will be less about chasing data, right? From Zeina. I think those all make amazing sense. I want to thank all of our panelists, Megan, Ruchi, and Zeina. It's been such a big pleasure to have you all today for sharing your expertise and insights. Of course, thanks to all our audience for joining us today. I hope this conversation gave you practical insights and inspiration about how AI, people, and technology can come together and change commercial real estate operations, making them more efficient, more compliant, and more forward-looking. Feel free to connect with our amazing hosts on LinkedIn to continue the conversations and learn more about RE BackOffice and Nakisa. Stay tuned for updates and resources from both companies. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out on LinkedIn. I'll check also if you have any questions on email. We'll respond to them after the session. I'm wishing you all a wonderful rest of your day or evening, depending from where you are.